So welcome to episode 6. So what we've done so far is we have created in our turtle here, if I right click on him, we've got these routines: B for back, D for down, F for forward, fell tree, left, right, and up. Now I've also added the toolkit.lure here, which I'll show you how to download shortly, which gives you all the things you may have seen in the very first video of this series. So I wanted to just give you a quick practical demonstration of how we might use some of these things. So if I escape from that, you'll notice that above where we took out a tree, there's still a bunch of stuff that hasn't yet been dealt with. So let's see if we can control the turtle to deal with that. So I'm guessing that's about maybe 4 or 5 blocks up. So if we first of all just clear this so you can see what's there, and we'll go up, oops, not on, just up 5, and it's gone up. That's not too bad. I think it's probably about right. So we'll now turn round twice. Let's go left 2. There we go. I'm guessing to get to those logs we're going to go forward twice and then left once. So let's try that. Forward twice, left. Just do L, that'll do it once. There we go. So we're in the right place now, and we can now take out these 2 logs by using the forward command twice, but with a dig. So if we go F2D, as if you remember, we can put what we like here. I'm just going to put D short for dig, and that's certainly done the trick. Now we've also got, by the looks of it, some logs here. So if we turn twice, right 2 this time, and we'll go forward, let's say, I'm not quite sure how much wood is there, let's say 5 just to be on the safe side. Dig. Oops, I was higher than I thought, no worries. So we're back up here. But anyway, I won't bother to clear the rest of this tree, but you can see the principle that from standing on the ground, as long as we can reach the computer to right click on it, we can send some commands. Later on in this video series I will start to use a handheld computer, which I'll just show you as I'm in creative mode at the moment. If we go over to the search one and type in, then we've got computer, you can see that there's advanced pocket computers, wireless pocket computers. No, I'm not quite sure what noisy pocket computers are, but there we go. We can use one of these that has a built-in, particularly the wireless pocket computer, has a built-in wireless modem, which we can then attach a modem to our turtle, and then from the pocket computer we can send commands which can be sent across. So it doesn't matter if we're not physically in contact, but that's for later on in the series. So I just want to remove this and take it with us, so I'll break it. As you can see, I've armed myself with a stone pickaxe, and that is perfectly strong enough to do the job. So I've now got my tutorial turtle with me, and we'll go back up to my visitor center here, and we'll take another turtle here because there's some stuff that I want to show you. So of course the first thing you'll want to do once you are in a survival world is to start mining. I'm going to stay in creative mode for the moment because I want to be able to show you how and where the turtle goes when it's sent various commands, so it's just easier to stay in creative, but this all works perfectly in survival mode. So I'm going to place turtle 01, and I'm going to list what's inside it with ls, and you'll see there's absolutely no programs in there whatsoever. At the moment I've been showing you all this on a single player world. But if you're working on a server, you don't have access to the Windows Explorer to show you where all these programs are stored, so that you can edit them externally. So that is a bit of a problem, but one way we can do it is I've already put online, which if I've not already done so, I'll certainly put in the links below, the files from Pastebin that I'm currently using. So let me show you how to do that. The first one I want to do is to get the right and left. So we want Pastebin get, and then I want those files that allow us to turn right and turn left. So I'm just going to quickly look up where I put them in Pastebin. So yeah, here we go. So the Pastebin for the right side is this one here. That's Y, capital Z, M, capital H, 930, capital V. Let me just make sure I haven't mistyped any of that. So it's Y, Z, M, H930V. Now the next thing we need to add to this command is the name we want to call it. Now this particular one is for the right and left turning, so I'm going to put that down as r.lure and press the enter key. If I've got this all correct, it should download that. There we go. Now I'm going to repeat that one by pressing the up arrow key and then change r.lure to l.lure, and then it will download the exact same file, but this one will be left. That's good. So before we go any further, I'm going to now edit those two to make sure that we have the correct settings for right and left. So we'll go edit l.lure. Now obviously this is inside the terminal here, but I'm doing this so that we can use in game if you were on a server. So the only thing that needs changing here, you can see why I don't program in game, because it's really awkward, is we're looking for this. Here we go. This is left.lure we're editing, so we want to change, or make sure I should say, that this line here, if turtle.turn left, so this one is okay. We've downloaded the exact same program for the right version. We would need to uncomment, if I can just get the cursor in the right place, there, across a little bit, we would need to delete those two hyphens and instead insert them here, so that the turn right became what we're requiring. As we don't need to change anything on here, I'll just press Control and we'll exit. So I'm not saving anything because I haven't changed it, so that one should be working perfectly. We're now going to edit, oops, if I get the right word, edit R. No, it helps if we get the word edit there, that's better. Edit. I actually find this auto completion more of a nuisance than a help. But there you go, r.lure. Now this one, because we're going to be turning right and not left, we will need to go down, there it is. So we'll go across here and we'll delete those comments, go to the line below and add two hyphens there. So we're now going to use the if turtle turn right, and I think there's another reference to that further down. Yes there is, it's here, look. So we just need to do the same there, so we'll change that hyphen hyphen. So this is, all this grief is just to show you how you can still work on somebody else's server rather than on a standalone world. As you can see, I'm struggling with this. So if turtle.turn right, that's exactly what we wanted to do. So that's in place, and we have now unhyphenated, sorry, we have now commented out if turtle.turn left, and we've allowed if turtle.turn right. So the other thing we might need to change is on the, yeah, down here, look, we've got two choices for what the printout is. So again, we'll hyphenate that one, that's now a comment, and we'll move up here and delete that one, so it now says turned right so many turns. So I will just press the control key, save by pressing enter, control again, exit, and just to test it, we will try the right turn. I'm going to make it 8 times so that we've got plenty of chance to make sure that it is turning right when I press enter and escape. So enter, escape. Yep, I would say that's definitely turning right. And then we want to do the same with our left turn. Turn that one 8 times as well. And that's turning left. So we've managed to fix those two all right. So the same principle applies now for the other things that we might want to download. So the other things we had was our forward, up, down and back. Now if you recall, when I was showing you how we did that, is that the forward one was like also the template for any others. So let's get that forward one in first, which is Pastebin get, and I'll just make sure I've got the right command here. It's lowercase f, capital T, capital L, capital Z, capital V, V, lowercase v 4. Just check that again. F T L Z V V V 4. Yeah, that's fine. And this time we're going to call this one F dot lure, which is for forward. Let's hope that this works. Press connecting. Good, we've done it. Now I'm going to repeat that 3 more times, so that we're going to press up the up arrow key and then get the same code, but we're going to change that one to U for up dot lure. Press enter. Run it again, but change U to D for down. Enter, and finally to give the backwards one B. Enter. So let's clear that and we'll see what we've got. So we've now got B, D, F, L, R and U. We've got the full set there of working commands, but of course they are all doing the same, apart from right and left, which we've now altered, the other 4 are all doing exactly the same thing. We don't need to change f.lure because that's the default one, but we do need to edit the others. So if we do edit, let's start with what we can do as B lure came up. Let's start with that one. Now this is a much longer series of code. You have to use the arrow keys. Unfortunately the mouse won't help here, so you have to take this right the way down all the lines and go up a few. Here we're looking for that series of, there we are, look, that's why I put these asterisks in, so that we want to change local direction, which is currently F. This is our back one, so we delete F, change it to B. That's all we need to do, so which is much easier. So now we're going to press Control, save, and that's done. Control, oops, exit, and we'll repeat the process on the remaining 2, just to change them from for the up and the down. I won't do that on screen, so I'm just going to pause for a couple of seconds and we'll be back. Right, so that's been done. So I'll just drag in the, because I'm still obviously not on a server, on my local game. So you can see, if you remember when we were doing this before, we had 6 and 7 folders already there, and 8 was the one that we were playing with. I've now got a 0, and that's because I've started to save files into this one, and there are the 4 or sorry, the 6 functions there ready to go. So the final one that I wanted to bring in was the toolkit which you saw in use on the farms here. So if I drag that one out of the way, and it's exactly the same process. We do, if I can make sure I'm clicked in here, we do Pastebin get, and the toolkits link, which again I'll make sure is in the server below, is QXQD. This is the one that was on the notice board in the visitor center, so this is for general use here. Capital T Q G 8, let me make sure I've got that right. QXQ, yep, that's fine. And we're going to save this one as toolkit.lua. Let's see if that will. Good, toolkit.lua is there. Let me just bring the Windows thing back in, and there is toolkit.lua waiting to go. So I'll now open that in Notepad++, so that we can just show you. Now this is the toolkit file. It is a little bit on the large side. It's currently 5,503 lines. What I'll do, just to try and make it look a bit less frightening, is we'll collapse level 1, and that will just bring it down to a range of functions. So you can see there's an awful lot of stuff in here. I will kind of show you how to build your own version of this toolkit, but we're dealing with some very advanced stuff here. For example, if we go back to the top here, we're creating turtle objects, which, if I expand that, uses the self thing, which if you've done Python you will probably be familiar with, but as I say, I'm not going to go into that at this stage. This video is kind of to show you what can be done, not how we're doing it. So now that we've got that turtle fully kitted out, you can escape from that. I want to put the other one that I was using away, and we'll now go into survival mode.